launch day. So down here at the boat, I got everything ready to launch. Got the sail cover off, lines out, fenders out, and supposed to launch at 1 o'clock. It's a little after 12 right now, so I think everyone's out at lunch. But I can hear the travel lift moving over there, so maybe they're heading in this direction. And we're going to pick the boat up, paint the spots where the stands are, get those painted with the bottom paint, and then put it in the water, and hopefully everything goes well. As far as what I've done to it since we picked it up was I replaced the cutlass bearing that holds the shaft in the back, which required removing the propeller, and also the dripless seal inside. I had to take that off, pull the shaft basically most of the way out, and put all that stuff back together. So that's a little unnerving, I think, you know, when you go messing around with those things, especially my first time messing with the dripless shaft seal. So but it looks relatively straightforward, relatively easy, I think, to put back together. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it gets in the water with no problem, and we can head to Annapolis today. Boat is in the water, and they kind of threw me in pretty quick. Once they dropped me in the water, they said get out of here, because they had a lot of other boats backed up on the dock to get out. So I kind of threw everything I had on there real quick and jumped in and took off. So we are now, I guess, how long I've been out, it's probably hasn't been too long. I'm right now getting ready to leave, I guess, what is it, the West River or something like that, heading toward Thomas Point Lighthouse. So it's out in front of me a little ways, and I'll get out to Thomas Point, make the left, and then head north toward Annapolis. So right now everything seems to be going okay. The engine fired up perfectly. Like the last time we started it for the survey, it took a little while to start, and I think it was probably just because it was cold. It was like 30-40 degrees out when we did the survey, and now today it's like a 65 degree day, and it fired up just like the first touch. It was I was kind of glad, because that was one thing I was worried about, is whether or not it was going to start properly. It may sound kind of loud right now because I got all the covers off the engine right now, just because I wanted to be able to take a look at it as I'm going here, in case I have a problem. I'm still stressing that dripless seal thing, and of course this being the first time out on the boat, every single noise that I'm hearing is like, what's that? What's that? But so far, so good. I'll pan around here so you can kind of see. You can see behind me there. We just came out. Got a sailboat behind us there, and I'm gonna spin the camera around to the front. Or yeah, if I can do that, maybe. No, I guess it's not gonna let me do that. I'll put some video in a second of our surroundings here, and maybe I could just turn around like this, I guess. And you can see there we are out in front, and out behind us there, and we are cruising along. We just rounded Thomas Point. We got the lighthouse in the background there, and we are headed north toward Annapolis right now. And so far we've been doing pretty good. The motors worked fine. Everything seems to be going smoothly. I've been doing close to 6 knots, which is pretty good. I guess I haven't really cranked the throttle. It's probably, I had it up to like 2,500 RPM or so, and that was getting me about 6 knots with a head, with a looked like about a 5 knot headwind or so, and so that's about where I'm at right now. Just headed north out of Thomas Point and heading up toward the Severn River to go into Annapolis. All right, we're getting ready to round the corner into the Severn River, which will take us up to Annapolis. We've got up ahead, I'm steering toward the 3 towers that you see outside of Annapolis. I'll spin it around here in a second and take a look at that. But again, so far, so good. No major issues. Still trying to figure out what a lot of the little sounds are, and what the different noise is coming from. I got all the covers off the engine, so of course that's a lot louder than it would normally be. But I want to be able to hear everything that's going on. Maybe I'm hearing too much is the problem. But anyway, so right now getting ready to make a left turn, head west down the Severn into toward Annapolis. So here we are right here. And then we've got up ahead of us, there's the towers, there's the marker we're going to turn left at, and you can just make out Annapolis up there in the front a little bit, and that's where we're headed. All right, we're heading into Annapolis here. I just had 2 ships pass me back there. You can see those in the distance. Those are some sort of Navy ships. There were 2 of them that passed me coming out of the Naval Academy. I think they're like their practice ships or whatever. But we're getting ready here. I'm gonna flip the camera around in a second, and I'll show you if I can flip the camera. No, I can't, but I'll spin it around the other way. We're coming up here. If you can make it out, we've got the Naval Academy straight ahead. We're gonna come up here. There's like a little shoaling area right there. We're gonna go around that and then straight into Spa Creek. All right, we're in Annapolis, getting ready to turn up Spa Creek. You can see we got some sailboats practicing over there behind me. Up in front of me, we've got the Naval Academy straight ahead. I'll turn around so you can see that. Got the Naval Academy over there. I'm going off in that direction over there to head up Spa Creek in just a few minutes, and then I'm going to practice for a minute backing the boat up because I haven't backed this thing up yet, and then I will head into the marina. All right, last update. We are in Annapolis. Got the Naval Academy back there behind me. I'm heading up Spa Creek in a second. I'm going to try backing up a little bit just to because this is a different shifter than my last boat, so I'm going to try figuring out how this shifter works, and then I'll pull in. Right, I made it in. Beautiful, the most perfect docking you can imagine, especially in a new boat that has a little difficulty going backward, but made it in perfectly, and everything worked perfectly. There was no problem with the engine coming in. There was no problem with the dripless seal. Everything sealed up, and that worked perfect. And then everything was perfect. There was no problem the whole way in. So I did a lot of stressing about nothing. But here we are at the marina, and I was able to dock in. And lucky for me, let me come up front here. Lucky for me, I was able to get this perfect slip. So the slip, I'll show you where you come in. So this slip here. There's where you're coming in. So you're coming in right in this, let's see if I can point to it, right in this little space over here, right there. And then I was able to come in, we can go forward right there, and then I can back up and back straight into the slip. So that's what I did, and it worked out perfectly. I didn't touch a single piling coming in, and now granted I didn't have any wind. There's no wind or any other things like that. But it worked out perfect, and I'm pleased with it. I'm no longer stressed about the boat falling or falling apart or sinking in the Chesapeake Bay as I come back. But everything worked swimmingly, and now it is our next thing to do next week, not next week, this weekend, and then get it cleaned out and get everything sorted out. I did some straightening up today, but it needs a desperate, thorough cleaning because it's very dirty. But yeah, perfect. I'm totally beside myself with excitement, I guess you'd say, or whatever. Maybe not excitement, but I'm very pleased with myself.